it was like a 2-week process. I would send a tape out. You and Brian would make little comments. I would have to fix it. And it just kept going on until it was truly like perfected down to like exactly what coaches want to see. When it looks great, first 8 to 10 plays that look amazing. And it took a while. And as I got that finished, not even a day later, I got an offer from Old Dominion and posted on Twitter and everything. So I think that helped just very getting it down to exactly what the coaches want to see and for it to be like a great highlight tape. That's what really helped me a lot.
Some coaches would come to the school to see other players, and then they see him, and then they start talking and say, maybe we'll contact you in spring. We're not taking 26s right now. And next thing you know, he just said, no, I'm going to offer you. And when he was telling me everything, I was like, man, I was telling him, just make it yourself and put it out until they're ready. But he was like, no, I'm going to wait for them. He trusted you guys for doing his tape. And I think that's what got him. I was excited, though. But at my first thing, I was like, man, it's about time. It felt like a big weight. I was just like, I know they're going to come. Someone just had to pull the trigger on you. I was thankful that he got into your program. Because if you guys didn't make his tape for him, I don't know. We might still be just talking and nothing happening, So,
yeah.
I was excited.
You get the coaches with with all the compliments. And it's like, okay, and then it's like, wow, we haven't seen anybody like you. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
You're listening to the Football Scholarship Podcast, the playbook for parents and athletes who want to secure the best football scholarships possible. From securing a D1 football scholarship in the SEC at Ole Miss at just £5,750, myself, to helping 83% of the athletes I mentor achieve football scholarship offers and 42% going Division I. I've learned countless lessons that I'll be sharing right here with you. Join me and my co-host Brian Overton, who has 15 years of D1 college football recruiting experience, as we interview top experts, successful athletes, and discuss current recruiting trends. Together, we'll help you navigate the recruiting process so you too can achieve your dream of running out of that tunnel in front of 100,000 screaming fans.
You're now in a position where like you got an offer on the table, which is freaking amazing. I know you got to be so excited.
Yes.
So walk me through it, man. So, there were coaches coming to your school and you were doing some outreach, and then, we connected, and I remember we made some big changes to your video.
Yes.
So walk me through that, because I felt like some changes to your video made some impact on the outreach, right? Walk me through that.
Yeah, definitely. So it was like a 2-week process. I would send a tape out. You and Brian, you guys would make little comments. I would have to fix it. And it just kept going on until it was truly like perfected down to like exactly what coaches want to see. When it looks great, first 8 to 10 plays that look amazing. And it took a while. And right as I got that finished, not even a day later, I got an offer from Old Dominion and posted on Twitter and everything. So I think that helped just very getting it down to exactly what the coaches want to see and for it to be like a great highlight tape. That's what really helped me a lot. So.
Dude, that's awesome, man. And now walk me through with Old Dominion. Walk me through the communication with them. How did you go from, how did you get the offer?
So it started out, they just followed me. And then I just thought it was just another follow-up. So then I got a text message from my quarterback coach, and it was just showing interest, little stuff. So then I posted my highlight tape, sent it to him, and then he finally, then my quarterback coach sent it to him, and then he called me personally, and we had a long conversation, about like 10-minute long, and then he finally just gave me why he wanted to call me. He really liked me, and so it just gave me a full scholarship offer to school. So it was amazing.
Dude. And that was at the end of the first call?
Yeah, at the end of the first call.
What did you say on? Go ahead. What were you saying?
No, yeah, it was at the end of the first call. I didn't notice. And then he called me at the very end. I wasn't expecting it. I thought it was just going to be a follow-up, like just like go to camps, try to come out to our campus, come see like the visits, everything. But he told me at the very end, he said, well, I wanted to give you a full scholarship offer to our school. And I was just in disbelief. And I wasn't expecting it. I was with a couple of my buddies too. So it was just kind of cool when it happened, and they were all excited for me. And it was just a very great event that happened. So
What did you do when you found out? Just be honest. Did you scream? Did you scream?
I try to keep my cool on the call.
His friends were there.
Yeah, so I just.
Oh, you're in front of your friends. Okay.
Yeah. So I try to keep as cool as I can. But right when I hung up, yeah, I was screaming and excited with all of them, and they got hyped with me. So it was just a good moment. Yeah.
He called us right away. Yeah.
Dude, you guys had to be so proud, huh?
Oh,
Yeah, because it's been a little while. So it was awesome. I didn't know it was going to happen that fast, honestly. He's been having traction, but nothing concrete. Like he said, like coaches would follow him. Some coaches would come to the school to see other players. You know, they're there to see other players, and then they see him, and then they start talking and say, "Hey, maybe we'll contact you in spring," or they just make. We're not taking 26s right now, stuff like that. And then so he thought it was like that. And next thing you know, he just said, "No, I'm gonna offer you." So everyone was shut down, and I was like, man, it's been a month, man. I was telling him just make it yourself and put it out until they're ready. But he was like, "No, I'm gonna wait for them." He trusted you guys with his doing his tape, and I think that's what got him. As soon as they saw the tape, because his quarterback coach was always asking him, "Hey man, like, where's your tape? Like, say, give me your tape and send your tape out. What's going on? And then it was just holiday time. That was the whole thing. So it was great when you and Brian sent it back, and like you said, within a couple of days, they called him.
Yeah,
it was crazy. Yeah,
it's so awesome. And dude, as you continue to get yourself out there, right?
Yeah,
and continue to promote yourself, it's going to be key, man. Like, your tape is good. You can play, man. And the other thing too, I'll mention is, if you would have gotten on that phone call with that coach, then you wouldn't have been Kreet, right?
Yeah.
You would have been like a weirdo or someone, you know what I mean? Like, you weren't getting that offer, dude.
Yeah.
You know that, right? Like, it's also because you're a good kid and you
Thank
know
you.
how to talk, and you talk well, right?
Thank you.
I'll tell you right now, just because that coach offered you, your tape matters, critical. But also, he had to talk to you first, right? He didn't just open the call with the offer. He talked to you first, right? Listen, Coach Rowe, I remember you met Roham too. Like, when he found out, he's 2 doors down, and when he found out and told me, and I was like, dude, this is so exciting. And I know we're not done with you, but we'll do another podcast at the end. But man, there's a lot of kids out there that wish they were in your shoes, right? And you taking initiative of the recruiting process, you making sure you get your game film right, you making sure it's getting in front of coaches. Like, you're doing the things that a lot of people say they're gonna do but never do, right? And you made a choice to show up. You made a choice to take action, and now you're sitting here with a full ride Division I football scholarship, right? And you're just getting started.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's awesome, man. So where are we at from here? I know you work with Brian a lot, but walk me through where you're at with Brian as far as what are your next steps at this point, Kreet? Because we got to create the snowball now, right? We want to create momentum's a real thing in recruiting, right? And so I know there's time left, but walk me through what are some of the things you're going to be doing now to set yourself up to continue to get more offers.
Definitely camps. They're starting up, so that's going to be a big thing. more outreach. So definitely 2 times more. Keeping on track with all my outreach, doing my follow-ups, calls that coaches, they'll DM me, and then I'll schedule a call with them, and then just getting on the phone with them and just making sure to talk with them, build a relationship that we always talk about, and then just keep moving on with there, staying in contact, building that relationship, like keep repeating, but just building, and then keep doing the outreach. And then
that process, man, of like getting the DM, and a lot of kids will kind of like have a mini conversation that leads to nothing, right? It's like, you get that DM, dude, you got to get that coach on the phone, right?
Yeah.
The big key, Kreet, on this is at the end, if they're on the fence about offering you, there's some questions you can ask to either make sure they pull the trigger and offer you, or if they're not ready to offer you, you can find out exactly what you need to do to get offered and in what timeline, so you could book the second call. And then when you get on with them the second call, they can offer you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We don't want to miss that opportunity. All right, cool. And let me talk to your mom and dad here. So I know we spoke 3 months ago or whatever. When he got the offer, like, how you guys had to have been like out of your mind too. What was that like as parents to like find out that he just got a full ride D1 offer?
Being honest,
Yes.
it was about time for me. I've seen so many schools come in and out, and I was just like, wow, somebody. I mean, and I was like, okay, I get it. You got to check the boxes, and I get all that. Been around football for a long time, I get that. But I was excited though. But at my first thing, I was like, man, it's about time. Felt like a big weight. I was just like, I know they're gonna come. I know more is gonna come. Someone just had to pull the trigger on you, and and I was just like, man, I was excited. I was thankful that he got into your program. It's just, because if you guys didn't make his tape for him, I don't know, we might still be, just talking and nothing happening, so
yeah,
I was excited. Yeah.
Mom?
I was very excited. I was excited for him. More than anything was him, because it was the same thing. You get the coaches with with all the compliments. And it's like, okay, and then she's like, wow, we haven't seen anybody like you. Oh my goodness. And then, okay. And then they just leave. And so I was like, man, one of these times. And then even, as a mom, I'm always driving him to right before the call came, we drove out an hour and a half just to throw him in front of a couple of coaches. But, but the driving and all those hard work, it just felt like it's worth it's worth something now because it came. It finally came.
Right. Cool. All right, good.
Dog over by our feet.
Yeah,
that's what we're pushing him around.
And the good thing is, Kreet, you have so much opportunity to learn, to grow over these 9 months, man. Like, so I'm excited for you. Is there anything else that any of you guys wanted to share? Like, I know it's only been 3 months, so there's not as much at this point, but is there anything to the story that we missed? Or do you feel like, watching Kreet kind of go through this recruiting process, have you noticed any growth from him yet, of like having to be like, okay, I'm going to buckle down. I'm going to learn the recruiting process. I'm going to learn how to do outreach. Have you, as parents, seen anything different out of him going through it?
I just noticed he buckled down on his schoolwork. Because from 9th grade, I think he was 3.2. Yeah. And then 10th grade, he was a 3.3 or something, and now he's at 3.8. So he's slowly going, and he's just staying on it. And I think this whole recruiting thing is making him take care of business. And that's what I've seen. His growth I've seen since he was a kid. Like, he's growing every year, and just, I'm proud of him, what he does out there. And and off the field too. You know, we have things, you know, community outreaches and stuff that we do off field. So it's pretty nice to see him grow.
Yeah. I think he's just learning more patience this time because kids don't have any kind of patience.
Oh,
So,
No.
it's especially with the boys. They're always like, "Why is this? Why is this?" Like, hey, it takes time to get something that you really, really want. It takes
Yeah,
time.
just trust the processes. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, cool. Is there anything else that you guys want to just share just about Kreet, your story and what you've done to get to this point where other kids might be in your position, and what advice would you give to them, that players that have been working hard but they don't have offers yet, or they haven't done what you've done yet?
Basically what my parents said, trust the process. That's something I had to learn. Like my mom said, patience is a big thing. We're all want it now, but you just have to wait, be patient, trust the process, keep doing your outreach, and they'll eventually come.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I think training, getting yourself out there in front of coaches and even in front of programs that know coaches, you know, getting out there and throwing in front of, you know, if somebody says, hey, come out and throw at a park, you know, or come, you know, throw for a couple of receivers, you don't know who you're throwing for. You know, you can get out there and next thing you know, it's like, hey, you were getting recruited, right? Is that the coach from so-and-so? He just saw me throw, you know? So hopefully, you know, later on, he's like, hey, who was that kid that was throwing for you over there at that park or whatever, you know?
Yeah, totally.
So just get out there, you know, get out there and just put yourself out there. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Nothing's too small, nothing's too big. Just get out there.
Yeah. The more opportunities you can get in front of coaches, digitally, in person, like, you got to do it. So,
Yeah.
cool. Mom, any last things you want to share, Mom?
Nope. I'm just excited, and we're just the part of the team to.
It's just
keep pushing
starting.
him.
It's just starting. It's just starting. So
Every day you ask him when he walks in, "Did you do your work? Did you do your outreach?"
You guys, they can see it. They can see it. All right, cool. All right, guys. Well, hey, it was really good seeing you. Kreet, we'll be doing this in about 9 months again when you sign your big time scholarship offer. Okay.
right. Yeah. Sounds good.
All right, man. See you guys. Take it easy.
Bye. Appreciate you.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Football Scholarship Podcast. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to subscribe and leave us a review. And for more free resources, or if you're interested in working with us, visit gonextplay.com. Until next time.